Hello and welcome, Family Foundation Action supporters. It's Bruce. I'm here with you to bring you an exclusive inside look at what we're doing every day. I brought by one of our canvassers to speak about his experience on the doors each and every day. Let me introduce you to him. So I wanted to introduce you to Nat Atkins, who's one of our super door knockers. He's a bit of a local legend, so you might have heard of him by now in the greater Richmond area. We're going to put a picture on screen for you, just him door knocking in the rain. How many doors are you up to now, Nat?
For this campaign since July 10th, 1,933.
There you go. So he is absolutely crushing it in the field right now, and I just wanted to bring him by, so thank you for coming by to share a little bit about your experience door knocking with us.
It's been fun. The response has been good. Even those that disagree, for the most part, are polite. They generally wave at you with all five fingers.
So what are you kind of seeing at the doors right now as you're knocking? What are you kind of seeing about the mood, what people are concerned about?
Well, in the last similar year, 2019, it was very different than this. It was a very sour mood all the way around, but this time it's a night and day difference. People of all political stripes are tired of some of the overreach by the Democrat Party in education and all that other stuff, in the sports, and they just want to go back to normal. And when I talk about David Owen, I say he's the one that will get us back to normal.
Absolutely. Well, that's great to hear. So one of the things we're having Nat and all our door knockers do is emphasize early voting and absentee voting. So how has that experience been on the doors? What are you finding on that as you're trying to emphasize that?
Well, the method of early voting depends on the age group of the voter for the most part. The ones that are more receptive to the mail-in voting are the under 25 and the over 74. And I point out to them it's just as easy as ordering something from Amazon.
Yeah, and that's something that I'm sure a lot of voters can empathize with.
That's right. And however they decide to vote early, I point out also that an early vote is like money in the bank.
Yeah, that's something we're pushing at the doors for that reason, trying to get these lower propensity conservative voters to vote early and just cash in those votes. So I also wanted you to kind of come on and share a little bit about one or two really cool stories on the door. So one of those really memorable moments when you were knocking on a door, a story you heard.
Well, there are two of them. The first one was in Long, about a month or so back. I came across this couple who had immigrated here 30 years ago from Ghana. They'd voted Democrat for most all that time. They were big Obama supporters, et cetera, but when they started teaching all this gender stuff in schools, that started them rethinking their political affiliation. And all I did was point out that our opponent, Miss Gibson, is for all that stuff, and like I said, David Owen wants to get us back to normal, and they changed their mind, and they went and they're going for David Owen now.
Wow, that's incredible, and that's a common denominator and a theme we're seeing on a lot of different doors and a lot of testimonials we hear is Democrat swing voters or kind of moderate Republicans who hear that and are starting to come back our way on that issue. So what was the other story?
The other story happened last Saturday over in Stony Run. I talked to this daddy who leans Democrat, but he has two young daughters in high school sports. And this business about about biological men being able to compete on the women's team, that's got him going Republican for this year at least.
Wow, that's great, and those are the stories we want to hear, and that's why you're on the doors, man. So thank you for that, and thank you for coming by, sharing a little bit about that, and thank you for those 1,933 doors, and hopefully another 1,933 doors more to go.
Well, it isn't quite the halfway point yet. I might get 4,500 by election day.
That's the spirit. Thank you, Nat.